Welcome to the vlog.
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 Welcome to the vlog, season 6.
Welcome to the vlog.
Extremely good news. I got 10 hours of sleep on Monday and I woke up feeling really good. I got through the workday, and during the afternoon I went and got an eye exam. I did a little work session at Brecca before finishing up at my parents' place, and instead of the usual family ride, I just went on a walk around Lost Lagoon. We had very yummy pizza all together. It was a really nice evening and a great rest day, and I ended up getting to bed at a reasonable time, which was good. And I woke up the next day feeling super energized. I know I look kind of like annoyed, but I was just like in my head about getting this swim done because my last couple swims didn't feel so good, but this one felt so amazing. I was feeling so fast, and it really set a good tone for the rest of the week for training because I had been feeling like shit the week before. And I got through a really good day at work. I went home for lunch, made my own coffee, which tasted like shit, and so I ended up getting through the day pretty well and feeling happy with the amount of work I did. It was a long day because as soon as I got home from work, I had to get my laptop and then go to Avik, and Sally and I did a really good work session for AutoChart, but it didn't end up finishing until 8. Got home and made dinner.
We are lodged into bed after a very long day. It was good though. Like, I felt like I actually got a lot done, and I have a good to-do list ahead of me tomorrow. I have a brick in the morning I have to do around an hour and a half ride, and then only a 30-minute run, which is good. And then I have an 8:30 meeting in the morning that I have to be ready for in time. So that's kind of the timeline of tomorrow. I think it'll be good. I'm looking forward to everything. I want to be back in my reading era again, reading Americana. I read half of A Yellow Sun back in June, and it broke me, and it was just so incredibly sad. And so I was putting off reading Americana, but then I was reassured by Almaz that it's really not as sad and it's a good book. So I'm hoping to get on my reading slump. I'm already like 70 pages in, so hoping to make a dent before it's time for me to go to bed.
The 5 a.m. wake up felt a little rough at first, but once I got to the gym, I was just excited to be there and get this ride out. It was only actually an hour and 15 instead of an hour and a half, and those 15 minutes really make a difference. And got out on the run, and I just felt so strong. It was really nice to be able to not feel like I was like dragging my feet while running. I got home, got to the meeting, got all my work done, and I was dreading going to the office a little bit because I was tired, but the day went by really quickly and I felt good. And at the end of the day, Molly and I walked over to our grandparents. Probably gonna have to start busing soon with the rain starting in the fall, so it's nice to just get in these walks while we can. And I went to bed early, which was nice. Thursday, I had a bit of a longer run ahead of me, got the day started with some Nerds gummy clusters, and then hit the road. Again, I was just feeling extremely strong on this run. I was going really fast and I was super happy. I just got home, then got to work. The day passed along rather quickly. I had some meetings, made myself lunch, and mostly was just at my desk for work. And it was finally time for me to meet up with George and Angela. I'd been looking forward to this all day. Met up with George. We just made the C bus and met up with Angela at this restaurant that she suggested, and we had such a good meal together. The pizza was so yummy. Had some conversation, and I'm not going to see them again until after Ironman because they're going on vacation. So I got to say bye to them, and then I just set up all my stuff so that I could have a successful morning the next day. I got up bright and early. I had to go to the gym to do a little strength training session, and then I made it out to the pool and had a good swim workout, ended off feeling good, and just made my way back home, washed my hair, and got straight to work. We were having a very typical Friday. We are officially 1 month out from Ironman California, my first ever Ironman. A month is still a good amount of time, and yet it does feel oppressively close. Like, I feel good, you know what I mean? Like, I feel very fit. I feel very confident about my swimming. I know I'm a good cyclist, and I have been so energized during all of my runs, especially during my brick sessions, and I've been honestly quite amazed at the energy that I feel when I'm running after doing some of these like super hard cycles. You know, in many ways, it'll be good to get my life a little bit back from training, but I have to say I'm really not trying to rush getting to that point because I've really enjoyed, like, not to be cheesy, the journey of training. I love triathlon. I really do love doing it, and it's a lot. Like I do think it's taken over my life, but I kind of love that it's taken over my life. Like I like being busy with it, and I feel like the time that I get to train for Ironman, it's like mine. And I don't often feel that way about my time. I often feel like I'm just rushing a lot and trying to meet the obligations of others, and a bit of it is like self-imposed in a way, because I don't think that like other people would ever want me to feel this way. But I just have to say that like training for triathlon is like when I feel like my time is mine, if that makes sense. And I'm almost like sad that it'll be over, because that's like people have let me have that, you know. I'm really soaking in all of like this journey again, because there will never be another first Ironman. Like regardless of if I finish or not, which I think I'll finish, like I think I'll be okay, but this will be like my first Ironman attempt. It will always be my first, and it's taken years to get to this point, and I feel so ready for it and still so scared. I want more time, and I also feel like I could do the race this weekend if I had to, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot like of stress in my head of like trying to make this work, but we're 1 month out and I'm in a good place. I was really happy with how Friday went. I didn't really have any meetings, so that meant I could just actually focus on my tasks. And then after work, I walked over to Abasa Optical and picked up my glasses. Very low prescription, but I'm hoping they'll help. And then I hung out with Silkiara and Ruth. We just had a really fun time together catching up. And then I was able to go home at a reasonable time and just sleep.
Woo!
Where's your run outfit from?
This is from my sister. These are from Run Company. This is from my sister. These are from this like really small boutique called Aritzia. My socks are from this other small boutique called Aritzia. And then I'm gonna wear my Hoka's, but I'm not a Hoka athlete.
You love it.
Oh, my Garmin.
Oh, Garmin.
Garmin.
Which Garmin is it?
Garmin Forerunner 165.
Right now, my coach is kind of shifting some of the bike training inside. So even though it was nice outside, I had been prescribed an indoor workout. So I got right to it with an angel looking at me while I was doing so. I had an hour and 45 minutes with some pushes, and they ended up feeling really easy, honestly. Like I know they were in the yellow zone, but I was just so strong on this day and felt really good after the workout was over. I went to my grandparents for lunch and I ended up napping there. So I was a little groggy when I woke up and I wasn't looking forward to my swim, but it ended up being one of the best swims ever. I was so fast because I wasn't wearing my old crappy swimsuit. I borrowed Molly's, so I was just in a really good mood. Turner came over and we went to Costco to pick up some ingredients because we were going to make dinner together, and we had such a nice meal. Turner should really take all the credit. He made me such a nice dinner. I was so happy. We had a nice night together. And then next morning I woke up, made some progress on Americana. I'm like really starting to get into it, and the book is so good. And again, it was time for me to get off my butt, stop relaxing, and get to training. Little indoor session, even though it was surprisingly nice outside. The forecast had predicted worse weather, but I did it inside. I had a really good workout. It was honestly super easy. It was not meant to be a big push. It was just like get in an hour and a half of like base training. And then I had a really fabulous run, did 15 kilometers in 90 minutes, and I was just feeling really good. I had a quick reset at home to shower and get some chores done, and then I headed out to Coquitlam. I hung out with Turner for a bit, and then we headed off to have a little hangout session with Sarah and Jared. We got some sushi and then went to Quest Central for the first time. It was a really cute little board game place, and we got to play a bunch of games. It was really fun. My favorite of the night was Wavelength. I kind of want to get my own version of it. It was just so much fun. I feel like 4 weeks is like an amount of time where it doesn't feel like I'm panicking yet, but I will probably feel a little bit more on edge next week because 3 weeks out does feel a lot closer. I am just really excited for my next week of training. It feels like everything is reasonable for next week.
I finally feel like I've really gotten a good grasp on swimming and I feel really confident in the water. So just hoping to continue to make improvements there so that I feel really good on race day. I would say right now, weirdly enough, I'm not worried as much about the actual race. I'm worried about all the things leading up to it, like just the stress of like transiting my bike and then having to do all of like the check-ins at the Ironman village. But the actual race, I feel like I've trained a lot for, and next week I'm really gonna be planning on my nutrition and everything like that. So yeah, we'll see how that goes, and I'm really just in a good headspace about everything. I also get a rest day tomorrow, so I am very excited to sleep in and also just relax and be very restored in order to get a good week next week. Well, that's about it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week.